Tim.
CQ soda, CQ soda.
No, it's okay. It's reality now.
Okay.
You're good, man.
We're going to do Sofas on the air now, right?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a podcast, remember?
Yeah.
Don't worry. We have beverages.
Okay.
What? Do you judge me for my practical nature?
I do. All right, let's get this started. Hi, I'm Ara, N6KOM.
I'm Tim, N7KOM.
I'm Mark, KD7DTS, and welcome to Sofas on the Air, Episode 2.
This is a special episode because we finally have a guest who's our guinea pig, because we've never had a guest before, because it's Episode 2. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
I want to learn a lot about you because,
and I'll didn't rehearse any of this.
Oh no, we didn't rehearse.
We just went live.
There's no planning.
No plan.
Of course not.
Which is the best type of planning for soda. No, the reason I want to learn about Tim is, did you know that Tim was the person who activated my first ever soda summit for me?
No, wait, what?
Yeah.
You guys hadn't met until just this week.
In person.
In person.
Yeah.
But on soda, I did my first ever soda activation up in Oregon with my parents.
No way.
And the fourth contact on my first mountain.
Oh my gosh.
Was this guy.
This
guy. Yeah.
Guy.
So that was in 2021. So I've been wanting to meet Tim for a long time now.
Yeah, so that was Cooper Mountain. I used to live right at the base of Cooper Mountain and would go up there all the time. Someone was activating it. I got on the radio, and what I would usually do to chase is I would stand on a toilet with an antenna pointed out the window of a third story townhouse, and I would be able to get signal to chase people.
That's very appropriate. Our live casting system is named Bidet, so it
fits. A little bit of inside baseball behind the scenes.
I'm sensing a theme.
It fits right in. So that trip home, you got me not on that mountain, but on all of the other mountains I tried. And by the time I came back to California, I had gotten so many tips from you that I started doing soda down here.
Heck yeah.
So,
how did I not know this about you? So you did soda before you came to Southern California?
Yeah, but only on vacation out of Southern California.
That's wild. Okay. All right.
Look, I had to save something you didn't know.
Yeah.
Come on.
We learn something about each other every time.
That's exactly right.
Hey, Oregon has a great Summits on the Air scene.
It does. And we're here to educate. So, speaking of radio, how did you get into radio?
So, it began decades ago before I was licensed or anything. I always loved listening to the...
I love how we're mixing the two segments together in real time.
Yeah. Listening to the local college radio station growing up in San Luis Obispo. And when I went to university, UC Santa Cruz, I joined KZSC, the great 88.1 FM. And that was my introduction to radio. So to become you don't call it DJing.
Yes, right.
It's programming.
Right.
So to join that, you had to take a radio course, or intro to radio, something like that. Learn about the history of commercial radio. You also kind of intern on a show, and so you learn how to work the boards, all that stuff. And
so does that mean like what we're doing here is natural to you?
Very natural.
Do you feel home at
feel
home now?
The way we're doing it feels natural?
Hey, everyone has a process. Everyone has a process. And in a few Patreons, you guys are going to have a whole board with the pots to move up and down.
Foot switches to cut cameras.
Yeah, you'll have multiple CD players and record players. You can switch between the two. But yeah, so
I like that.
That's a really good idea.
That's a great idea.
My first show, you take a look at the existing schedule, and there's a bunch of indie rock shows or whatever. So if you are proposing a show that already exists, you're probably going to get a really bad time slot. So I looked at the board and was like, well, what music do I like? What doesn't exist? So I ended up with a surf rock show. So I started my radio career as Tidal Wave Tim.
Tidal
No
Wave
way!
And I was 8 a.m. Saturday
Can I Google
morning.
this? Is this still
We can probably. I have an intro
Was this
somewhere.
pre or post internet, like YouTube?
Pre.
Pre, okay.
Yeah. YouTube was not yet a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was no like live streaming of the shows or anything. What we would do is we would record them to compact discs.
What's these?
Yeah, so you would record your show to a
round-
compact
yeah.
disc, and
Yeah.
then
Which
you would
what
have your
happens
show
if you
for
take a
posterity.
tape and you squish it?
Really hard. Yeah.
Really hard, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So yeah, Tidal Wave Tim, and that was a very stressful show because if you know anything about surf rock, the songs are about 45 seconds long. So I was constantly like, okay, I got my next 4 queued up, that one's done, and you're just moving the entire time. I mean, there was a guy with a Grateful Dead show. I don't know if he did anything during his segment because just play one track. Who knows when it ends?
Yeah, right.
yeah. So
No.
you're over here every 45 seconds. So you're switching a song effectively every wave.
Yeah, every wave.
Wow. Dude,
And
that's sick.
my heart was really I'm a metalhead, so after the surf rock show we did a heavy metal show, power metal, and that was at 2 a.m. on Wednesdays, 2 to 4 a.m. And then eventually I got kind of a primary time slot Thursdays at 10:30 at night, and took over the main heavy metal show.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's phenomenal. So okay, so we have
I genuinely didn't know this about you. That's so cool.
so we have metalhead surfer guy Tim
Yeah.
on 88.1. What took you from that very much off the edge broadcasting experience to Summits on the Air?
Yeah, so I left that career behind me. It's very hard to get a career in commercial radio. So basically forgot about radio for a very long time, went
Yeah.
on with my life, and then during COVID, I was going out into the backcountry by myself a lot, and figured I should have a way to check the weather, the NOAA weather stations. I didn't really even think about ham radio initially, but eventually I was like, I should really learn how to use this Baofeng, which is a great entry-level radio. It'll get you into the hobby. I don't knock the Baofeng.
Yeah, no.
So got my technician and checked into some nets. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe this is just an emergency kit thing. And then saw Red Summit RF.
Oh yeah, sure.
Saw Charlie, one of his videos on QRZ. I rack up soda points while you sleep. What's that? Clicked it. He's hiking up a mountain before sunrise.
I've watched that video.
and I think he gets chased by wasps in that one.
Oh, is this the one where he's like
Swat-
swatting them?
Yeah. So anyway, it all clicked. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I'm already going up to summits. What can I do with my radio? And that's when I discovered Summits on the Air, and it was off to the races.
So which year was this?
The SOTA database has it, but probably the end of 2020. I feel like it was probably October 2020.
Okay, so the experienced Elmer that I had been doing this for 1 year.
It's got you in
That's
there.
awesome.
Dude, that's so cool.
There you go. Yeah, and I had been starting a YouTube channel. I thought it was going to be about cycling because there was the pandemic. I was going out for like 50, 60-mile rides every day. And
Wait, do you have his YouTube channel on here?
Oh, let's pull it up.
Yeah, see if you
So-
can pull that up.
So I edited together a couple videos, never posted them because I just felt they were missing something. And then kind of concurrently to that, I discovered Summits on the Air. And I was like, oh, Bald Peak. It's a NC051 in Oregon. Many of you have been there. It's also a POTA park, but it's along a popular cycling route to ride up that mountain. So I did a video riding up that mountain and then activated it for SOTA. Had a summit to summit with Whiskey Juliet 7, Whiskey Juliet, and I want to say it was like 125 miles, 175. So, I mean, you talk about getting a summit to summit like that to get you hooked. Like,
Oh, yeah,
after
dude.
that,
Yeah,
I
you're
was
like-
hooked,
What?
and I was doing a SOTA channel.
And that was on a Baofeng.
No, that was at that point I had gotten, I think it was an IC02AT or So it
Okay.
was like a 90s ICOM 2 meter.
Okay.
Because I had tried to do a Baofeng activation, and there's a lot of towers on that mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Just like overwhelm the front end.
yeah,
completely.
I was getting
Yeah.
texts from K7ATN. He's like, "We can all hear you. You can't hear us."
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the SOTA beams filter costs what, 5 times what that radio does?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I actually have a video returning to that summit with a bandpass filter and a Baofeng and a Yaesu, and kind of
Nice.
doing a comparison.
How did it
Nice.
work?
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You need a bandpass filter.
No matter what.
If you're taking a Baofeng near some RF.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
Yeah. I guess for the camera, the Baofeng has a wide open front end receiver.
Sure.
If you're by a radio tower, it'll overwhelm it and people will be able to hear you, but you can't hear them.
Yep.
and then you get text on your phone. If you're
Text on
around.
your phone
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like, hey, get a better radio.
Right.
Get a filter.
And
oh my gosh.
that's actually a perfect time for a brief beverage interlude.
Oh yes.
Because I'm getting
Okay,
thirsty.
yeah.
I'm
So the segment
I'm
on our show, which is we have a beer or coffee or whatever the guest prefers, and this time we have chosen yet again Farfield.
Yet again,
Actually, Farfield was the first episode. We got it again on the second episode.
All
'cause
I'm
their
saying
beer
is,
just so good.
If they wanted to sponsor us,
yeah, actually,
we would accept that.
Please.
But we are not sponsored.
we're not at all.
I've never had this beer before, so I'm excited
We have
to try
negative
it.
money right now.
Also, it's kind of late in the evening, so coffee is not
Yes,
on the
yeah.
menu.
Yeah, so that would be inappropriate.
Of course.
Yeah.
So today we are trying the Farfield Beer Company, and yes, it's that type of Farfield, Practical Nature,
Nice.
and it is a double.
Show the camera. Show the
Oh,
camera.
So, yeah,
gotta- yeah, gotta show the camera. I forgot about the camera last time, and I forgot we had an audience. I was just chewing the fat
It's
with
so
our.
hard to do this, by the way.
So in a few episodes, you'll have a beer cam. That's just
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
into the
yeah. We'll
side.
have a beer cam.
Yeah.
Okay, Practical Nature, double dry hopped, West Coast, double IPA. So it's a double dry hopped, double IPA. It's an 8%, nice light beverage to wet the whistle, and we all have one. So everybody, grab
Oh,
your whiskey glass full of beer.
Cheers.
Sniff this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to California temporarily.
Welcome to California.
Thank you. And they're Firestone glasses, so.
Firestone Walker, they may make an appearance. Stay tuned.
Really? Are they a sponsor?
Well, they're sort of from my hometown. So I grew up in San Luis Obispo, and I think they're in Paso. Right?
And also,
Oh, yeah.
And down the street.
just down the street
drove
from
by
us.
them,
Yeah, we live next to Firestone Walker.
Yeah.
So I'm
Wow,
going to
that's
say
really
this
good.
is a delicious beverage, and per instructions from a dear friend of mine, we're supposed to describe the precise taste of these beverages. Ara, what is your perception of this beverage?
I am the exact inverse of like a sommelier. No, not sommelier. What's the
Yep,
what's
sommelier,
the
sommelier.
Oh, a sommelier of beer? Is that the same?
A sommelier might take over a beer ship.
Not sommelier. Okay. All right. I don't know. It tastes good. It has mouthfeel and tannins. Does it? Right? Did I get it right? I don't know. It tastes good. Honestly, I don't know. This is a great beer. Dude, everything from Farfield that I've had is just like unique and delicious. Like you could drink that whole can.
It's the
fantastic.
unique thing, right?
Yeah.
It's light, it's crisp.
Mm.
There's notes of citrus.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on.
That's what you're supposed to say when you drink an IPA.
I'm detecting distinct notes of alcohol.
Definitely that. Let's say 8%.
Terribly.
Yeah, it's. I'm more awake already.
Just like cow. Yeah, it is.
It's like someone threw an orange at a ponderosa tree.
Yes. It tastes that too.
Just imagining you licking the ponderosa tree
After the orange
after the
has
orange
smashed
smashed onto
against it.
Oh my god. All right, let's stop
Yeah.
on top. Next topic. What's our next topic?
Well, we are a Summits on the Air podcast.
Most of them.
We should probably talk about Summits on the Air. How was your activation this morning?
Ups and downs. So Ara joined me for what was the first summit? It was
We did
CT225.
225 Flint Peak.
Flint Peak.
If David N6AN has chased you from that peak many times, that's where we went.
Yeah, David, you left a counterpoise up there.
We
We
did.
hung it on a bush for you, so that's there for you.
It's his living room. He doesn't have to clean up every time.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it was a fine activation. Got on 2 meters. Got a lot of chasers. I should have my log pulled
it
up
was-
to go through it.
Yeah,
So-
can you did you
Sure,
upload
sure.
it yet?
Yeah, upload it. Yeah, so
Oh yeah, all right.
in the
Ari's gonna
Pacific
pull it up.
Northwest, it's often cold, often wet, so I usually do paper logging. But when I travel, I tend to log on a phone because I can upload straight from the phone. I use VK Portalogger, great logging app, and it just automatically exports the SOTA CSV, so
I'm totally screwing this
up it goes. So
Wait, so how do you upload it?
Yeah.
So from VK Portalogger, it
Sure.
exports the CSV.
it live, as every time you add a contact, it exports a fresh CSV, so it's constantly overwriting.
Okay.
And that file's on your phone. On the phone, just go to the web browser, sotadata.com, and then upload CSV and off to the races.
Oh, that's fantastic. Is this
Yeah.
on Android or iOS?
And it's an Android app.
Okay.
I
So
don't
you have
know
a
if they-
file system.
I have a file system,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I go to the VK Logger file or folder, and
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's
there,
nice.
and there it is, and it's just got the date. It's got _SOTA and .csv.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
How long have you been using VK Portalogger?
a few years now. Yeah, I think it's the best Android logging app.
Okay. Have you tried Polo yet?
I did, and I opened it up, and it stuck on the splash screen trying to update.
So
and
that
I
was
They
didn't
fixed that.
have
They fixed
signal,
that.
And I was like, I'm already getting QSOs, and I opened a Google Doc and just
yeah. So
like-
that was a bug for a while. Sebastian fixed it.
okay. So I
Yeah,
should try.
you
it
should
again.
try it again.
Try it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
One of my favorite features on that one is the simultaneous spotting, self-spotting to SOTA and POTA.
Okay.
So you can log into both of the services, and then you set your log up, and when you're ready to go, you just hit the Spot Me button, and it puts your spot onto both of
And
them.
the QSOs come rolling in.
They just come rolling in. Or the better way to get QSOs is to have the call sign N7KOM, and then anytime you key down, everybody's like, "Oh, I gotta get on that."
So the best activations are when you go with friends. And,
Okay.
and there are jokes that if you have a YouTube channel, you get more QSOs. But when your band conditions are bad and you're not getting QSOs and you're with your friends, they know things are really bad.
Oh yeah. It is true though. Having a YouTube channel does help.
It does help.
Have you ever activated with Adam?
Yes. Yes. We've done a few.
It's
Yeah.
it's chaotic.
It's
Helps to be famous.
well, you know, you kind of wonder, where'd everybody go?
Yeah.
Adam stealing all the chasers.
No, but Adam's very kind. He always lets
No,
me go
yeah.
first,
Oh, there
so
you
that
go.
he doesn't dry out the band.
Yeah, yeah, and remember, chasers, even though you've logged the summit, you got the points, but there's other people on that summit. You should work them.
Agreed. And we still need to do a PSA on AS.
Oh
So
yes.
Every time.
Let's do a PSA.
Oh,
Right? No, we can't. No.
QST, QST,
No, we gotta do a
QST.
proper video. We gotta do a proper video.
The more you know.
Yeah. Because, like, do you want to give an example of what happens when we go to activate together? Because we're not DJ and Josh.
Yeah, if you're DJ and Josh, WW7D and WU7H, then everybody knows that the other person is there. I mean, let's be honest. If I hear WW7D, I know the next call sign is WU7H, right? But if you go with people you're not activating with as regularly, and you try to hand off in Morse code from one operator to the next operator, one way to do it is say, please wait. So you send AS, AS, AS. It's a pro sign. Did-ah, did-it, did-ah, did-it, did-ah, did-it. And then the person that just talked to the first person should wait for the second person. And the second person will typically say their call sign followed by DE and then the second activator's call sign. And if you follow that protocol, you get this nice, beautiful handoff and everybody gets to activate and you don't lose any of the chasers. In practice, what happens?
Most people don't know the pro sign, and so there's a ton of confusion. And then you have, we've tried it a couple times. It works. Most people, I want to say for the most part, people get it, but it is a bit confusing. And it does make joint activations a little more difficult. But if everybody knew about it, I think we'd have a better time.
It's a lot of fun to share one radio and just trade it off,
Oh, yeah.
especially for the summit-to-summit contacts.
Oh, yeah.
'cause
Oh, yeah,
It can be
totally.
really efficient to get those. So the first time I used AS, I was activating on Aubrey Butte in Bend, Oregon, which is now deactivated because we had an association update, and it was 12 feet short of prominence
12 feet.
Wow,
with
that's
the
a
new
big
data.
update.
Oh no.
So, something like that. Someone can fact check me.
You
Yeah,
should
yeah,
carry.
yeah.
You should carry up some rocks and
I
rebuild.
know. Yeah, it was going to be my Mount Herman. I was going to be going up once a week to activate. It's gone. Anyway, so
Do you want to explain the Mount Herman joke?
Well, I mean, WGO0AT goes to Mount Herman like all the time.
WG0AT. Yeah,
The goat activator.
The goat.
The goat.
in Colorado is always on that mountain.
yeah. It's his Flint Peak.
It's his Flint Peak. Yes, yes. Man, these are a lot of inside jokes.
hey,
It's a soda podcast.
This is an insider podcast.
It is,
You
it
got to
is.
embrace
If you're
it.
watching,
Everybody knows.
you get exactly what you pay for, which is you pay nothing and you get this for free.
Get this. So,
Cheers.
cheers. To no. Soda.
To Sota.
So I was on Aubrey Butte and started to have a situation with some ants on me. And I have the Soda Slack going on my phone. I was very new to CW, so they were helping me out. And I said, I think it was something like asking for a friend. What do you do if ants are attacking you and you need to move your station? And then Josh WU7H told me about AS. And so I
like
sent
hang
AS,
on.
and then
Does it mean ant situation?
ant situation. is-
Oh my god. Oh,
That's the mnemonic.
beautiful.
Mnemonic?
Were they the biting kind of ants?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
those suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate those ants.
Yeah.
Language, buddy.
And then
That's not
also,
language. Give me a break.
So I had an ant situation just like that on Temescal.
oh,
I got up there and I sat down. I was going and I just started learning Morse codes. You know how you're really focused?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
really
yeah.
focused.
Oh, they were definitely biting ants.
This is the worst. I've had that on
Yeah.
San Gabriel Peak, right by Mount Wilson. They just swarm you.
Yeah.
They know, like they find the soda activators.
Ant situation.
Ant situation.
This is the wildlife portion of the
That's
podcast.
the way to remember it. Ant situation.
Ant situation.
Situation.
So remember,
Next time.
remember, folks, if you have an ant situation, did it.
Wait for the second op. Oh my god. We are terrible at this.
This is great. This is great content.
And look, we have an
No,
emotion.
not
You
the content.
never tell them.
You never tell them that's true. That's true. That's right.
We have an emotional support guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who actually has radio experience?
And
Like
and-
not
yeah.
our kind of radio, but like
And
radio
broadca-
radio.
yeah, broadcasting
broadcast
experience.
radio experience.
okay, so
Oh my
you did
God.
your activation today. There was supposed to be a G2 solar storm. Did you have any issues with it?
No issues. So did 2 meter FM. R was on the KH1.
Mine was having problems.
Yeah, you should talk about
yeah.
how'd yours go.
Dude, I called CQ for like 10 minutes and nobody was coming back to me. The first problem was I had left it in the BNC position for like maybe the first half, so that was operator error.
You didn't notice from the,
I didn't
from the
notice.
SWR?
The SE tuned up. It genuinely
Oh,
tuned
mine hates the BNC.
I think it's because it had the counterpoise on there, and
Oh.
somehow
Oh.
it was fine.
it was enough.
It was just enough, and so yeah. And then I realized that, switched to 15 meter. Called, I think nobody came back to me, and then I got to 20, and a few people were coming back to me. So I gotta open that thing up and figure out what the heck is wrong with it, because it didn't seem right. You were getting a pile up with like loud, 599 signals. And I
Yeah,
was,
so-
like, getting
Also, I had
nothing.
the club station with
Oh,
a,
you didn't hear me, right?
I had a 6-element Yagi up 60 feet pointed straight at you line of
yeah,
sight.
there's something wrong with my radio.
So yeah, it wasn't working.
I had a great pile up on 20, and had a lot of fun. And then, did you use my rig? No, you did get QSOs on yours, right?
Yeah.
You fixed something.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you took off, and I went to a second summit, which remind me is CT226.
Yeah.
The Soda Phone Summit.
Oh, that's where we filmed the Soda Phone.
Oh, can
I
you pull up
sat
the
on-
Soda Phone video?
I sat on that bench.
Yeah,
That is where I
yeah. Pull up
operated,
the Soda
so-
Phone video, so just in the background we can play it, so people can see the bench
I
that
knew
you're
it
sitting on.
felt familiar.
Yeah.
Walking up to that.
Did you try doing some swing keying?
Yes, and I think you know what happened to my rig. We had more radio problems, or I had more radio problems.
My radio was fine.
Your radio was fine. So in the previous activation, I was like, man, my keying's really bad today. By the time we got to the second one, we were I was having to press really hard to get the dits and the DAWs, and then nothing. So pulled that out, put in my
Oh.
backup paddle, nothing.
Dude, that
Ooh.
sucks.
So the plug on my KH1 is dead.
Also, while it was breaking, I was chasing you.
Yeah. So you.
And I was like,
Like,
how much did Tim have to
how
drink
many
last night?
beers?
That's-
How many Summit beers did you
'cause-
take?
At 8 a.m. in the morning.
8
Yeah,
a.m.
'cause
in the morning.
my call sign
Ugh.
kept coming back very distorted, and it was getting progressively worse.
So my final contact was with N0 DNF, summit to summit, and then my key died.
Your radio DNF'd.
Yeah, my radio did not finish the activation.
Damn, that sucks.
Well, I got all my contacts for the points.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But
good.
so I got the
And a
points.
complete, because I'm sure
And
you
a
chase
complete,
people
yeah.
like a bunch
Yep.
of times on that.
Yeah,
Well, including-
the soda phone.
You.
Oh yeah, the soda phone.
With the
yeah,
soda
right,
phone,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
One of the few people who got a contact that day.
that's right. Yeah, so KH1 is in the hospital.
In the
In
hospital.
the hospital.
The ARRL spittle.
The ARRL.
Yeah. I'll try to repair it before you head home.
Yeah.
But that is a good segue into field repairing when things go wrong.
Ooh,
'Cause I
that's
feel
important.
like this is a common problem, and you've got a really cool little kit that you were showing me on the summit earlier.
So maybe we'll roll some B footage, but I carry a little repair kit for common radio ailments, such as user error, like forgetting your antenna, forgetting the cable that goes from your paddle to the radio, forgetting your earphones, and forgetting a paddle in general. So in here, it just weighs a couple of ounces, actually maybe even less than an ounce, a few grams. Got my earbuds. I have the K6 STR emergency
backup
antenna.
Yeah.
It's a homebrew version. ARRL has a professionally made one that's probably more durable and nice.
Brief aside, if people don't know, there's N6 ARRL Electronics online, and you can order yourself a tiny paddle or other wonderful ham
This
radio
isn't meant to be
accessories.
a plug, but thank you.
Yeah, and then I also have the ARRL tiny paddle in here, and that's
Nice.
my backup paddle.
Well,
Dude,
don't
that's
close it.
awesome.
I want to see this stuff. Get
Yeah.
out. Let's take a look.
Which actually,
Bust it
I
up.
think the paddle's over there. But yeah.
It was so small you lost it. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So earbuds.
Okay.
A tiny 6-inch jumper, so enough to get by with an
Yeah, that-
activation if you
Just
forget
enough.
the
Forgot
cable,
the cable. Yeah.
and then counterpoise and antenna. So it's the
Dude, I love
the little
neon green,
loading-
by the way.
The neon is great.
yeah. So it's a loading
I'm not
and
gonna lose it.
36 gauge wire, so very fragile. You got to be careful with it, but it weighs next to nothing.
36 gauge. Adam would make fun of you for using something that thick.
And- yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so I was able to bust out my kit and pull out the spare paddle, and I discovered that
Still-
was not the issue.
Oh man.
But yeah, so
No, that looks great.
It's a little first aid kit, mostly for user error when you forget something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like you have a 90-degree plus a straight on your 3.5 millimeter extension cable.
That was just probably what the cheapest thing on Amazon was when I was shopping 6-inch jumpers.
Sorting by low price is very soda.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sorting by weight, low
Yep.
price, but yeah,
Yep. Dude,
it
that
weighs
is
nothing.
so
It just
cool.
stays in my radio bag that I take out, so it's always at the bottom of that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fantastic.
Dude, I love
And
that.
you can
That's
get some
brilliant.
B-roll of that.
Yeah. Or not. I'm
Or-
fairly lazy.
Yeah,
It's an audio podcast.
that's
that
right.
just
This is an
happens to
audio
have-
medium.
It just
We'll
happens to have
take
video.
we'll take a picture and get a thumbnail up of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds
yeah.
good.
Oh, there we go. Thumbnail.
So aside from building like cool little kits and stuff like that, you also have an online store with dank memes and stickers and like gadgets that you sell. So I was gonna pull up. At least you have an Etsy store, right?
I have an Etsy store. Yeah, that seemed like the easiest way to sell things to people when you're not selling a lot of volume.
Yeah.
Because there's not a monthly fee with it. And
Oh, that's cool.
most of what I've made, well, everything that I've made is stuff that I wanted to use and just
Right.
thought other people might want it too. Or
Yeah.
this is funny. I think it's funny. Maybe some other people think it's funny also.
Dude, Like some of these are so great, like the 73 logo and like your
Yeah,
NASA,
that was like
soda
one of the
sticker.
first stickers I did. Was
By
the
far one of
soda.
my favorites. Your latest one is my favorite. The keep honking.
listening.
I'm listening to
FT8.
FT8. Dude, these are so great. It's
So,
so
I mean,
creative.
All the ideas, it's like you just see something out in the wild and it tickles a part of my brain. And like someone had a keep honking, I'm listening to honking sticker that I walked by on the dog walk, and I was just like,
Yeah.
FT8.
Once you see it,
Let's
it's
go.
over. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So great.
Yeah, and then like the micro or the trap kits,
Oh,
which
yeah.
what are they called? Micro light trap kits. I wanted traps. I was ordering a lot of parts, and
Yep.
other people wanted traps too. So
Dude,
Yeah.
totally.
there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've actually been responsible for a couple things around the house. So I don't know if you remember this, but last year I had just built my QMX
Mhm.
and I wanted to get it on the air without a tuner. So I wanted the lightest possible multi-band antenna that I could possibly build. So I got a K6 ARK matching unit,
Yeah,
and then I got your microlight traps, and you helped me pick out the right values.
that's right. Yeah.
Yep. So now it's a 2015-10 tri-band,
Yeah.
and it is the tiniest thing.
Yeah. So I guess traps are a electronic component, I guess would be the most generic way to say it, but essentially it hides the rest of the antenna from the radio. So you can tune a wire for resonance, add a trap, tune the next band, add a trap, and you can make multi-band antennas with these little circuits that are
Yeah.
on it. It's an
And, like,
LC circuit, very simple.
Yeah. And then you don't have to go over and break the link manually
Yeah.
to make it resonant. So it's like resonant across all those frequencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unlike the
That's
linked,
a really good way to
That's
put
a
it,
really
by
good
the
one. So
way.
unlike-
like hiding, the
yeah,
antenna.
it hides the antenna. So unlike
Yeah.
the linked antennas where you have to get up and physically change things, if you're on a summit and you want to chase, it's perfect.
Yeah,
And
band hopping is everything. Like
Yep.
being able to jump from one frequency to the next just by pushing a button on your radio and not having to,
yep. And
That's
I've used some
brilliant.
other trap kits, but you have the smallest trap kits.
It's probably the most finicky to put together. I say in the instructions quite a bit, patience. Like, you will get this. Have patience.
Yeah, and
I believe
critically,
in you.
and critically, there's some really good instructions about how to do the tuning. So if you have a nano VNA, you can couple into it and you can actually adjust in real time
Yeah.
to make sure that you're dead on, because they are fiddly.
Yeah.
And the spacing between the wrapping on the
Yeah,
toroid
yeah,
matters.
the turns and I mean it has an SMD component, so that can be finicky to solder.
Yeah, surface mount devices are very small.
Yeah, and I mean this is kind of a inspiration from one of Adam's early designs,
Oh, nice.
where he was cutting out a PCB board and then
like milling it down or
milling,
like, or like,
yeah,
like
he was
sanding it
he was
down.
dremeling
Yeah.
it and so
Classic video.
yeah, this kind of takes that and makes it so people can have something to build kind of out of the package with less tools. It does require tools. It does require a VNA to tune
Yep.
it.
It's insanely affordable too. Like $13. That's fantastic.
Very
Yeah,
reasonably priced. So if anybody's watching this or listening to the podcast, you should go to Tim's Etsy store and buy yourself an affordable microlight trap kit.
Throw
Yeah.
some stickers in there too.
Yeah, and then the other thing on there is a wire end insulator, we would call them. There's a lot of ways to finish off the end of your wire antenna. You can tie knots. You can just stick it in the ground. This is a way to do it without knots. So it just friction fits,
I just got some
and
here
you
today.
can attach a carabiner to it. You can tie a rope to it, and it's just a very convenient way to kind of end your antenna.
Dude,
and-
totally.
If you don't want to tie knots.
Strain relief, yeah.
So
yeah.
with,
Yeah,
with
and it
tying knots, you tune for resonance, you've done your calculation, and then you have to
And then
add
you
a little
short-
bit to and so this kind of takes the guesswork out of that.
And
Oh.
it comes in Ormu orange.
Ormu orange. You got to patent that. That was great.
We got orange, we got pink, we got black, army green,
Nice,
white.
dude. That's awesome.
All the seasons.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man.
Well, that's fantastic. So you're up in Oregon most of the time,
Yeah.
and this year we're going to the campout.
Yes. So the Whiskey 7 Oscar Campout, it's the 4th annual, and actually I need to reach down, grab my phone because I have some stats here. So Amy AG7GP has been organizing this,
Oh, thank you.
and she does a fantastic job. And it's grown year on year. So right now we have 68 hams and humans booked to attend the campout
What?
at Broken Arrow Campground. We had it there 2 years ago. You could see a video on my YouTube channel about that. It's just a great time. There's a lot of summits in the area, and the summit to summit chaos is what
nuts.
It's gonna
all
be
about.
good.
Yeah.
It's great having eyeball QSOs, meeting people face to face. But in the morning, everyone just disperses to all the summits they've picked.
And they're early risers too.
Yeah,
like the
there's early
campground is
risers.
empty by like 7 a.m. Like nobody's there.
Yeah, last year for my mountain goat, we did Mount McLaughlin, and I think we left the campground at 4 a.m. To get up Mount McLaughlin for that. And yeah,
4 a.m.
4 a.m. Yeah. So we were hiking mostly in the dark. And
Do you just stay up late or do you get up early?
just get up early. But some people do
Don't worry
stay
about
up
the
late.
previous
Yeah,
night.
some people do stay up late. It's a fun hangout, and it's a way to rack up points. So
Oh yeah, especially some of the summit points.
oh yeah, I just want to do a call out. So for the Mount McLaughlin on my goat, it was N6RUN, N7NWT, and KI6SYD.
Nice. Fantastic.
And yeah, they joined me on the mountain goat. Okay, so just to give like a bit of a picture, and I do not think I was the most active going like racking up points, but so I did 13 summits for that weekend. I had
13?
Yeah,
What?
I think Adam and I. Well, Adam will have to check his stats, but for me it was definitely a record for most in a UTC day, because we did 2 on the drive down to the campout last year, and then I think we did 4 the next day. So it was 6 summits
Oh
in a
my
UTC
gosh.
day.
Wow.
Dude, that's insane.
So I had 188 QSOs, 78 points, and 74 summit to summit QSOs. So you definitely get the summit to summit fever, and it's absolute chaos. Everyone's stomping on each other. It is just so much fun.
Was this the one where you guys coordinated and had like a net control for all the summit to summits?
No, that's
Because I remember
that's
something
different.
about that.
That's different.
Okay,
so,
okay.
So that's the Willamette Valley Summit to Summit party. We do it in Oregon. Most operators go in NC, North Coastal
Okay.
part. You get on summits, and with that, it's a limited amount of time. And like, let's say you have, I don't know, 17 operators out on
Yeah.
summits. The way that's set up is so that every single person works every other person. So you can kind of
And you have someone coordinating all of that?
yeah. So
Like-
back of the envelope. Think about how long it would take for every single person to work every other
Oh,
person
yeah.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
if it was not
If you have that many,
organized.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just
with
the
that,
chaos.
we have a call sheet signed up. There's a net control. So it's all simplex. All simplex.
Oh, okay.
Not
like
on
VHF,
not on
UHF,
repeater. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone checks in with the net control, and as you are on your summit listening, there's people you can hear, there's people you can't hear. So you make a note. Who do you hear? And then net control calls you, it gives you the go ahead. You call the next person on the call sheet that you were able to hear. Do signal report. Next one. And you can get through about everyone in like 1 to 2 minutes.
Wow.
And then you return it to net control. They call the next person, and you
Dude.
iterate down the line.
That sounds way more organized than the way we do it.
Yeah. I remember hearing about, was it Chris N7 MTV who ran?
W7
Or
MTV ran the
W7
last one.
MTV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of moves around. K7 ATN has ran it before.
Okay.
And the job is net control. You have to be a bit stern.
Yes.
So like if someone calls someone that you know did not show up, it's like they're not like you
Too
gotta-
bad.
you scold. So it's a bit of a little slap on the wrist. Keep it moving.
Yeah,
We have a
yeah.
lot of people to get through.
So, but it's not like that at the camp out.
Not like that at all. To
Okay.
camp out, there are too many people. Everyone is going up at different times. So it's just You know, it's just you got to embrace the chaos down there.
I do love chaos.
Yeah.
And
you're-
I'm coming this year.
Yeah, you're going
Heck
this year. I unfortunately can't make it, but I wish I could go.
Yeah, just
Dude.
get ready for the chaos,
Yeah.
have a backup battery, and it's mostly 2-meter FM, but people set up a lot of other modes and bands too, so it's just a good time.
If I'm lucky, Dee will let me borrow her KH1.
Ooh.
She
Will you let her handle MT?
She's giving a thumbs up. She's giving a thumbs up.
for the people who can't see her on camera, which is
Our
everybody,
audio and video engineer.
we got a thumbs up from our audio engineer.
Yeah, so
Oh, and also don't forget to check out Crater Lake.
yeah.
Like that's a must. I was blown away how beautiful that national park is.
So that's what I was going to segue to.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
2 years ago, it was at the same campground. Some of the summits in the area are Mount Thielsen, which is the lightning rod of the Cascades. It's very pointy, and at the top, you can actually see, I hope I pronounce this right, fulgurites?
Oh, fulgurites.
Yeah. So they're
What are
little
they?
pieces of glass from lightning strikes on the rock.
Wait, what? Like the lightning actually like
It's
turns the rock,
rock
into
to glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are these little
What?
nodules of lightning
Oh.
strikes.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so I know quite a few people will be headed up that this year. Adam and I did it last year. I think maybe 1 or 2 other people did it.
Does it require like rock climbing? Because it sounds like if it's pointy,
So,
I imagine.
yeah, it
it's like
is.
class
It is
3.
class 4 to
Class 4.
to
Okay.
get there. Some people do rope up. There are consequences if you were to fall. Is kind of the way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But otherwise, there's a hike up. There is some debate whether or not the little rest before the final climb is in the AZ. Some people say it is and activate from there.
No one has
opinions
brought
vary.
a total station or theodolite to the
Yeah,
summit to
exactly.
confirm.
If you haven't confirmed.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Yeah, I do think it's worth mentioning. I pulled up fulgurites on Wikipedia. You might
How do
want
you
to pull it
spell
up.
that?
Fulgurites, which is from the Latin
Whoa.
fulgur, which means lighten, lightning. So the cool thing about lightning is it is insanely
Dude,
high voltage.
what?
So you can visualize the Earth as one plate of a capacitor and the cloud as the other plate of a capacitor. So it's like the entire Earth is discharging. And when that happens, with a capacitor that big, you can drop 100 million volts. And when you drop that much voltage into one spot, the heat that it generates is so intense it can literally vaporize the ground. And these things are just so cool. I've gotten to
Dude,
play
that's
with them.
nuts. Like, are they pieces you can just like break off and bring home?
Yeah. So
not on Thielsen.
Oh,
but-
okay.
And
Yeah,
certainly-
but
National
the
park, right?
examples you have there,
Okay,
look
okay.
like they were collected. Maybe they struck sand or something.
Yeah, so
Oh,
if it hits
interesting.
sand, you get basically this thing that goes into the sand. It's almost like somebody poured metal into the sand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So it actually goes deep. It's
Yeah.
not just like a surface.
It's
level
going into the
burn.
earth.
Oh wow, that is nuts.
Yeah. Lightning is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look up Mount Thielsen, you'll find some photos, examples of what's up there too.
I don't know how to spell Thielsen.
ThieleSen.
THIE. Oh, there we go.
Did I get it?
Thank you, autocorrect. Oh wow, that
There
is
you
pointy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Mount Thielsen, popular summit there, and then Crater Lake is nearby, a short drive away. There's a number of summits there. It's Oregon's only national park, so highly recommend it. It's gorgeous. If you've never been, well worth it, the trip and the national park fee to go in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
It is
Yeah.
so blue.
Again,
that lake.
so
that
blue.
lake
So
is
blue.
insanely blue.
The
Your
last
brain
time I
can't
saw it,
process
I think I was like 12. It's been a long time.
Oh, so you've been.
Well,
Oh,
I
but you
grew
don't-
up in Oregon.
Oh, I keep forgetting you're.
Yeah,
Oh
I-
yeah, you're KD7 DTS.
I'm KD7
Did
DTS.
you notice I sent KD6 this morning?
I did.
Yeah, because I was just like, it's SoCal.
It's SoCal, of course
But
it'll be a
I
six.
assumed that your paddle was broken already.
That should have been the
Yeah.
sign, yeah.
Yeah. The other one that you'll bump into occasionally, very occasionally, is with melted sand like that. It's called trinitite. and it was produced exclusively at Trinity.
Right.
Oh, the nuclear bomb site.
Yeah, so when the
Wow.
bomb went off, it did the same thing that the lightning does, and it basically melted the ground together, and it formed this very special type of sort of molten rock.
So like a spicy rock with like
Spicy rock.
with like the particles that are no good for you.
Yeah, very
Okay.
very spicy.
Very spicy.
But yeah, so trinitite and fulgurite kind of have the same vibe, which
Wow.
is insane amounts of power changing the earth.
Actually, while
Yeah.
we're on the subject of geology, I want to say that there was you mentioned something about
Having
Crater
a
Lake.
master's degree in
No,
it.
no, no. Well, aside from that, but there was something about Crater Lake that it used to be a volcano, and then it like blew up.
It was Mount Mazamas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You may have
And,
heard
like,
of the Mazamas.
I vaguely remember this when we were out there,
Yeah.
and like something about the debris field of that mountain blowing up or volcano going off. I don't know what the right terminology is. I'm not a
So
geologist.
Caldera
tell us.
collapse.
Caldera,
Caldera
yeah.
collapse. Yeah.
Caldera collapse.
Yeah. So it formed a giant crater and over time filled with rainwater. And it always stays, it never goes higher than a certain level because there's porous rock at a certain
Mhm.
point and it drains out.
Yep.
I think was it the
And what's the depth like of it should
it's a deep.
Oh, it's
scary deep.
almost 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
According to
And-
Wikipedia, 1,943 feet deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like terrifying.
and there's Wizard Island is the reforming volcano in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Can
middle
you
of
pull
the
up
lake.
a picture of
It's-
this?
oh,
Yeah, get a picture up. Wizard Island, you can take a ferry out there, and it is actually a soda summit. I just saw
inside a lake on top of
inside
a
a
mountain.
lake. Yeah.
It's wild.
So I just saw before we started the podcast that I think there's some repairs to the ferry. I know a few people had booked tickets already, but that may be canceling
Oh no.
for the camp out.
That's
but
what happened last time too. The ferry was not
What if we just
running
put our
for some reason.
KX2s in like plastic bags and swim for
You
it?
can't. If I'm not
You
mistaken,
can't swim.
You can't swim in the water at Crater Lake.
All right, never mind, podcast listeners.
Don't do it.
Don't do.
Follow all
follow-
applicable federal and state laws.
Yes, please.
Yeah, there
We don't have a liability insurance for that.
there may be kayaking allowed. I really don't know all the regulations around it,
Oh,
but it's a very cool place, and it's called Wizard Island.
How cool. is
Who
that?
wouldn't want to activate a wizard hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there also like a floating piece of wood called the Old Man that's been floating around for? Hold on, I'm gonna Google this. The Old
I mean-
Man.
This is a soda podcast. We can't go
Yeah,
too deep
we're
into
in-
just Crater Lake.
Yeah, no, here it is. The Old Man. It's
The-
a piece of wood that's been floating around since 1902, as far as it goes back. It's a piece of wood that like fell off and I don't know where and like rolled down into Crater Lake and has been floating around since. I didn't see it when I was there, but apparently it's still there.
Still there, still
It's
upright,
wild.
still floating.
Still,
Picture from 2013.
picture
Oh,
from
okay,
2013.
2015, Yeah.
It's a magical place. You should go.
Yeah.
Well-
Wizard Island.
Wizard
Anyway, I'm
Island.
very excited to come up to Oregon and get to meet everybody.
Everybody, yeah. We
Um,
get a lot of people come from out of state for it. California, Northern California,
Yep.
especially. I think we've had, I want to say someone from Tennessee or like farther east in the U.S. came last year. Can't remember.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, yeah. People come from all over.
Well, and I think W7H and WW7D are going to be there, right?
Yes, I
And
saw them on the roster.
And AG7GP.
Yep.
So I really want to high five Amy. She is one of two organizers, along with Paula, for the Queens of the Mountain event. It's happened twice now, and it's one of my favorite events of the year because it gives me an excuse to invite all sorts of people to go up to mountains and just party.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, it's too bad you're not going to be there, Ara, because you could bring a couch and interview Amy. She's got some great stories.
But we can't interview Amy without both of us.
We'll have to fly up.
Dim's the rules.
Well, that's the rules.
Them's the
We'll have to
rules.
fly up there. We gotta do an Oregon trip one of these days.
Yeah, we got to go visit Amy.
Yeah, Amy's fantastic. She organizes it every year. I think she'll be trying to pass on the baton to someone else next year.
No, she's very good at it. She should keep going.
She should keep going. That's what I told her. No, yeah. So perhaps next year it will be closer to the Bend area. Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see where it is. But yeah, it's a fantastic time. There's so many people out, and you'll even get operators from outside of the campout that'll go out to summits and set up a Yagi and get 2 meters summit to summits. I'm talking about NR7Y. He'll set up with an amp and a 9-element Yagi.
Wonderful.
And snipe everyone at the
No
campout.
way.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
I don't know if I'm actually going to do this, but I'm really tempted to take my 857
Do it. Yeah.
because it's originally W7MTB's 857.
Yeah.
Reunite him with his old
And
radio.
bring it back and be like, do
So-
you remember her?
So correction, that was actually N7OLE's radio.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so which one of them put your sticker on it?
I have no idea who.
Because
it was sold to you with
The
with
repair.
the
Yeah,
sticker
so-
on it.
so the radio, when it was sold to me, arrived with a KOM sticker pre-applied and very used. And by the way, extremely high quality stickers available through Etsy. It turns out they can take soda abuse. But so I put, a month or two went by and I posted a picture of myself out in the field with this radio, and W7MTB wrote me a little note and he said, it means a lot that you left my sticker there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited about the camp.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I don't know if I'll be doing Thielsen this year. I may have a dog with me, and I don't want to climb up when I have my dog. But
Yeah.
a lot of people will be going up it, so I think it'll be a good time. And there's lots of other summits. So when we select these campgrounds and locations, advice for anyone who wants to do their own camp out, kind of a few criteria that I think has allowed Amy to make this really successful is a campground with proper amenities, such as flushing toilets, because we're a rough and tumble bunch.
We
but
are, yeah.
Not
It is
everyone
a nice
wants to.
amenity.
Not
yeah.
everyone wants to go off in the woods to take care of business.
Also, how many people did you say would be going?
68
That's a lot of people for the woods.
to the woods. Yeah.
I think that might be the largest soda gathering, like at least in the United States.
I don't know.
That is
I don't know.
big number of folks.
So
That's amazing.
So get a good site.
So
Get a good
good
site,
site.
yeah.
And what we do is we pick the site and do an announcement, usually January, February, and then another announcement when the reservations open. And it's up to everyone to book their own campsite. So,
Which I'd point out, I did not do. So I'm crashing with somebody that I was assigned to.
so there's plenty of room, and you can work with people to share campsites. Anyway, so working facilities at the campground, also near a resort can help, because not everyone likes to camp on the ground.
Yep.
And then the campground should also have
Oh.
RV spots, not just tent spots. And then finally, of course, maybe the most important is proximity to summits. And I think if you
that's
want,
kind of
like,
important.
you should at least be able to do 3 in a day, if
Yeah.
not more, if you're really
Okay.
motivated.
And hopefully they're not too difficult. Like they shouldn't be like class
That's
4.
yeah. So
you
that's
know.
that's the
Not
other.
a lot of people in the community are rock climbers.
Yeah,
or
the other thing
walkers
is
and
we
that.
keep talking about Thielsen, but it's important to have a mix of summits. So
Yeah.
stuff you can drive up and set up, or a short walk, and then every difficulty
Yeah.
available for everyone.
This is actually not that different than our plans for field day.
Why
It
not?
sounded very. As
Yeah,
I was talking, I was like,
I was-
yeah,
Oh,
this-
because Fraser Park. So we're going to be doing field day in. Oh shoot, that's in like 2 days.
Yes.
I
And
have
you're
not packed anything.
okay.
Thank you for reminding me. Or thank you
I have a
for
video
for
about
reminding me.
this.
Okay, yeah. So I have to go home
doing
and do
field
some
day in
homework.
less than 24 hours.
So I'm our club's field day chair, and R is one of my band captains, and I am relying on him to be fully prepared to deploy an impressive station in approximately 36 hours.
I'll make it. We'll be fine.
But it'll work out. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you stay
Wish I
hydrated.
could be there.
You
Wish I
just
could
need
be
to stay
there.
hydrated.
That said, I do need to, but it is a really good site. So Fraser Park, we're going to be at Cerro Noroeste, and around there's a bunch of like 8-pointers and 6-pointers, and like you would just camp out, and honestly, you could hit up all 6 of the big summits over there in a
Yep.
day if you started early and ended late.
When
Yeah.
you know Drew N7DA?
Yeah.
So he went up today. So he's actually running around and activating everything in that neighborhood.
This
But
club, it has
So he can
scouts.
just hang out and drink beer at the.
well, no, critically, so he can get summit to summit microwave contacts. Because Tony KC6QHP is coming up from San Diego and he's bringing his full microwave kit.
Wait, are we gonna do microwave for field day?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Look, we're gonna we have 160 meters through, I believe, 24 gigahertz.
We're like truly DC to daylight.
Oh, we're DC to daylight.
Wow, man.
We're
I'm gonna bring a flashlight so we can at least get up there.
We have a Starlink. So if all goes according to plan, Josh, KI6NAZ from Ham Radio Crash Course, if all goes according to plan, he's going to be live streaming it from the summit of Cerro Noroeste.
Please chase us.
Please chase us.
I have no field day plans this year, unfortunately. Too busy, but I will be trying to chase as allows. Watching the live stream.
Please watch the live stream. We need as many viewers as possible so that they can be inspired to chase us. And remember, we can have a GOTA station, which includes, I believe, HF. And you have...
Sorry, GOTA?
Get on the air.
Get on the air.
So if new
it has
folks,
nothing to do with goats or summits on the air.
But if new folks come up, you have a station so that they can get on the air, right? So
they don't need to have a license.
And
right?
they do not need to have a license.
Control operator.
That's the key. You have a control operator. You use this to get people on the air. So we're going to have a GOTA station. We're having 5 regular stations running full rate. We're going to be doing CW, digital, sideband. We're doing everything off a custom, I believe, 6 kilowatt hour battery pack that's been built specifically for this. So all the power distribution is done by Umesh KK6TXI at 24 volt and then locally regulated to what the radios need. And then all of the power connectors are designed according to the voltage, so you can never accidentally cross voltage something.
Wow.
Fantastic.
It's brilliant.
Solar recharging at all? Or
oh yeah, no, we have
just...
hundreds of watts of solar recharging. You wouldn't want to leave that out.
And how are you logging? How are you logging?
We're doing N3FJP and Devin W6DVN.
New call sign.
New call sign. He
formerly
was
known as
KN6PHZ.
There we go.
Which you would recognize from his swing keys on the.
Yeah, he's a straight key man.
He's a straight key.
He's never used an iambic paddle in his life and never will.
So Devin is our network captain. So we have a fully networked off internet system. It's just for our site. We have a router. He also has a dish for remote distribution if we need to get it out to a station that's a little bit further away. And we run all of that with N3FJP. And so it pulls the logs in from all of the bands simultaneously, accumulates them, takes into account the field day bonus points, and then gives you a live count of your score. And last year, I'm going to say destroyed is fair, destroyed the second place in category 5 AB. So category 5, if you're not familiar with field day, means that you're running 5 simultaneous stations, not including the free VHF station or the get on the air station. So you'll have up to, I can't do public math, but 7 stations on the air simultaneously. And each one of those stations can be running whatever they want as long as you're not running 2 stations on the same mode on the same band. The A means that we're a club, and then the B means that we're running on batteries 5 watts or less.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so it's QRP, battery powered. If you actually had a real emergency, and nominally field day is an emergency exercise, if you had a real emergency, this is a great way to operate because it saves battery and it gets the messages out there.
Oh. Does your microphone pick that up?
Muon is using her Morse code buttons. So
okay. You gotta explain this.
Okay. So brief aside, Muon is our big cat. Here, hold this for a sec. Muon, come here, baby. I know. Meow. So this is our big kitty.
So good.
And she talks to us in Morse code because Dee and I wanted a way to keep our Morse code fresh when we weren't on the peaks. So over here, if she wants food,
grab it, show the audience.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna go off screen briefly. Okay, so here I'm gonna show this to the camera. There we go. So these are the Morse code buttons. We have CQ, SOTA, KO6 BTM, thank you, you are 599, and back. So if Muon wants food, she needs to press the buttons and have a Morse code exchange. And sometimes at 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll start hearing da 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 da. Although she really likes back.
Oh, really?
Oh, da 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 da. Loves it.
Oh, that's
Who doesn't?
Oh,
doesn't?
right?
It's got
The
a great
best.
rhythm. to
Yeah,
it.
It has a great rhythm, and Muon appreciates a good rhythm.
Not
so
a pro sign.
not a pro.
not a pro sign.
You heard it here first.
Isn't that right? Yes, it is. That's back. Thank you, Kat.
I
She's
hope
helping.
the microphones picked that up, but
If it-
there was just some Morse code going on that Muon.
I think
press the button.
she's getting hungry.
What is she sending? What is she sending?
Back.
Back.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Back usually means that she's ready for food.
All right. Okay.
So-
episode 3 goals, by the way, we need a cat cam.
We
This
do need
is
a cat
way
cam.
too entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to snag Ormu. So what is our remaining topic? I feel like it's
Oh
going
my
off the
gosh,
rails.
I don't know. You know, we wrote a general guideline of what we wanted this episode to be, and we went right off the rails. We got more than 50%. That's good.
Yeah, we got most of it.
Yeah, we got most of it. So I did
Yeah,
have
you
a
got it.
final question about the field day. With that
Yes.
whole setup, are you running it in a trailer or an RV, tents? Like, what's
So
what's
we
your
have
what's your situation?
Yeah.
Situation.
the situation. We rented out 2 group sites, so we have up to 140 people's capacity, and we have campfires. It is legal at this specific site to have campfires. So we have a campfire
So you got
ring
heat, you
with
got heat.
benches around it. We have multiple 10 by 10 foot easy ups, and we make a U shape out of tables so all of our operators are clustered, and then we run feed lines to the antennas. We're going to have cold beverages.
Mhm.
We have everybody sleeping in a combination of tents and RVs. I'm going down your checklist. We have working facilities. There's a bathroom.
Yeah.
We're near
All overlap.
we're near a resort, which means that there's a taco truck. And if you're wondering, yeah, we're getting catered tacos.
It's gonna be a pretty cushy like
It's-
field day. I'm
it-
not gonna lie.
it's gonna be cushy.
I
And yes,
I wish I didn't have some things to do in Oregon.
And
I
yes,
could join
we-
you
Come down
guys.
here.
Yeah.
we did get custom hats.
What? Oh, spoiler alert.
By the time it comes out,
Okay.
yeah. So the people who have RSVP'd will get W6 TRW hats.
Do I get one?
You RSVP. You're a band captain. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. I just
Yeah,
wanna
you
make
better
sure. I don't
be
know.
there.
What if I don't get one?
You better be ready in 36 hours.
Mark's gonna reject me at the door.
Yeah.
So
So,
only five.
so yeah, we've got that. We also have a couple people bringing telescopes, including a very good astronomer. So we're going to have evening astronomy. And what else do we have? I don't know, just shenanigans.
It sounds fantastic.
Oh, for breakfast, we're having a little cooking party. Adam, K6ARK, is going to be my sous chef. We're going to make croissants, eggs, hash browns, sausages.
So hold on, the baking. You have an oven. You're bringing an oven, or Dutch oven? How are you doing this?
We're having Costco as an honorary field day member.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But
You said making, and I was like,
Yeah.
actively warming.
Adam is like
warming.
Yeah. But I'm really excited about field day, and I'm almost as excited about crushing second place by a factor of 3. Because last year, Ara, on his own, running 5 watts, got over 3,000 points.
Yeah. I don't mess around with field day. I don't know why, but like it's just so much fun. Like
No,
I
You
feel
don't mess around. You have 36 hours.
Yeah, well,
In person, Ara's this like nice, gentle individual, not
Oh,
soft-spoken,
yeah.
but nice. And you put him on the radio, and he just becomes the most
Everything
aggressive.
tunes out, man.
It's not about the points.
It's not. It's about the points. It's a ton of fun. It's so much fun. And this is actually the first year I'm doing field day with you because normally I'm with a different club.
Right.
And this year the mountain we would go on top of, and which by the way, I end up doing all the cooking for that club. And this year is the first year I don't have to cook. Which
Well,
is amazing.
I am happy to
can
cook for you.
focus on, that sounds great.
You know we're
Focus
gonna
on
have
racking up points.
racking up points.
You know we're gonna have a Keurig.
Oh, we have fancy coffee. Oh, we have power.
Because
Oh, man.
Josh
This
is
too
bringing
fancy.
Josh is bringing his Ford F-150 Lightning. So we're gonna
We're gonna AC outlet.
so we're powering the Keurig off Josh's truck.
Dude, that's gonna be sick. Definitely tune into the live stream for that.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I will live vicariously but your shenanigans will power me through the weekend.
Yeah, so we should probably actually wrap up so we can get ready for that. Because we need to pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done nothing. Yep.
Yep.
Mark's right.
Well, any last thoughts? Parting words of wisdom?
Last plug.
Just last plug. I want to plug the Cascadia Radio Discord. It's a very inclusive club Discord server, mostly Pacific Northwest, so Washington, Oregon, California,
Okay.
Idaho. We do have some members that are abroad, but check it out. It's it's meant to be kind of a more modern club to serve people who maybe don't have a club in their area that they feel welcome at.
Fantastic.
Dude, that's so cool.
That's really great.
Is that CascadiaRadio.org?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and the join now button will take
Oh,
you to
dude,
the
it's
to the
simple
Discord
website.
server.
Love
and-
it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, Mulan is sending soda a lot. She's over here just pounding on the
like,
soda button.
Wrap up the podcast.
She
We got
da. That's right, Mulan. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
this
thank you
was
for
a
coming.
blast.
Yeah,
this was
man.
so much fun.
I'm so glad this worked out.
Yeah,
And I'm excited for your next trip to California already.
me too.
Hey, I'll see you at the campout.
See you at the campout. We won't see you.
Oh,
All right. You still get one. You still get one.
thank you so much for joining us. What do we say after this?
73s.
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 Bye. Oh God, is this gonna work?